I thought this was going to be a ball strikers golf course. Here's a look at Henrik's start to the day. 5 over, 3 shots back. Henrik is a guy who carries 2 fairway woods, a 3-wood and a 5-wood. This 3-wood is 13 degrees of loft, and to say he hits this well is a complete understatement. Leads the tour in driving accuracy, 75% of his fairways. Just a little disturbed over that. This is going to be a wonderful day of golf, and I think this is going to have Henrik Stenson be a part of it at the end of it. Beautiful shape to that shot. That wind is going to be slightly in the face and out of the right. You can see strokes gained tee to green with Henrik, 1.568. And look at that driving accuracy in 2018. 78% of his fairways. That's probably gone up because of the success he's had here at the US Open now. Justin Rose, another guy, you know, temperament is such an important thing in a US Open, and these two are as calm as you can possibly be. Justin also starting off with 3 pars in a row.
Oh, no. Go.
He's lost this a little right, trying to fight that wind. Praying for that to get into the bunker and not in the rough. We're going to hang here for those numbers. This will be very interesting again to see. Now and Daniel Berger both starting off with pars. Dustin Johnson even through his first 2 holes. So here's a look at Henrik Stenson. 13-degree launch on that 13-degree driver. Carried that about 260. Ball speed will be down. That will be lower, even though his clubhead speed, he's a fast clubhead speed guy. His ball speed will be lower than Justin Rose, and the spin rate will be up because of that 13-degree launch and the 13-degree driver. And there you go. There you see Justin Rose, who faded the ball, launched it higher, but that spin rate went down because he hit a driver rather than that 3-wood. Ball speed at 165. He lost. Justin's ball speed should be typically around in the 170s, low 170s. But that would have gone down because he was trying to hit a little hold-on shot against the wind. Very, very interesting information. Let's jump up real quickly over to
just inside that trap. Yeah.
The 14th coverage. I mean, the 14th hole for our feature tees coverage, and there's Tommy Fleetwood. A guy who I think has one of the really, really good swings on the planet, not just on the PGA Tour. Always grips down on his driver just a little bit. Wind out of the right. Look at that round of golf that Tommy Fleetwood's having. 5 under, and he's part of this conversation.
Yeah, no, I love that.
1 shot back, actually 2 shots back of the lead now as Koepka makes his birdie on 2.
Good focus here.
Henley now. This is a 3-wood. So this will launch up into the air with a little bit of spin. Looked like he was trying to hit a little cut against that. You can see that ball flying fairly straight. Look at the flags on the right-hand side. Moving from right to left. That spin rate will go up. Ball speed will go down. There's Fleetwood, 172 miles an hour ball speed, carried at 300. If I did that, I'd have a smile like Tommy's as well. 10 degrees launch. Now, when we get Henley's data, look at that. Ball speed goes down, carry goes down, apex up. You know why? 3-wood. Let's jump over to the Redan hole. This should be the group of Ian Poulter and Brandon Grace. Wonderful look here down the line. Great strike. Good line. Wonderful club choice and an excellent result. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Okay. That's good. Now out of competition for a while. This is going to be fun. You watch the data on this. These two players, ball speeds will be way up. A very comfortable pairing for Brooks as well. He's looking anxiously because that could find the rough. Now, Dustin Johnson, 24 hours ago, held a 4-shot lead in the U.S. Open. Now, trails by 2. Standing on the far right side of this tee box. Wind is going to be out of his right. He is definitely going to try to cut this ball. Look at how far left he's aiming. Can he cut it enough? He doesn't like it. That is likely in the rough. It could have been as simple as aim. It didn't look like a bad swing. Matthew Fitzpatrick now part of the conversation as he's 4 over on the day and 4 under on his round. There are low scores to be had out here in the 118th playing of the U.S. Open. You're watching our featured tees coverage here. I'm Michael Breed. So excited to be a part of this coverage at Shinnecock Hills, one of the iconic venues in the game of golf, and I think a golf course that clearly one of the top 5 U.S. Open golf courses out there, maybe number 1 as U.S. Open golf courses go. Here's a little look at Brooks Koepka now. Ball speed at 182 miles an hour. Interesting stuff here, right? He's trying to hit a cut. So when you're hitting a cut, you're coming down on that a little bit more from the outside. That would take that launch angle and send that a little bit lower. So the apex is going to be 85 feet. The problem is it didn't cut enough. He could have used maybe 6 degrees of launch on that. We're going to see similar numbers out of Dustin Johnson. Now, Dustin Johnson will typically launch the ball at 10 degrees. He launched that at 9, so that's telling you he's a little bit more down on that. He will apex the ball a little bit higher. That's because he doesn't have the rate of closure that Brooks Koepka will have. That ball gets up into the air a bit more. 178 miles an hour ball speed. And we all talk about Dustin Johnson, how phenomenal his club head speed and ball speed is. Hey, newsflash, Brooks Koepka, it's pretty impressive too. 4 miles an hour faster than Dustin Johnson. Typically that's going to be about 10 or 15 yards, depending upon spin rates, launch angles,